Welcome back. Tony Aguilar, head football coach, Southeast Alamance High School. This team has been very good, very fast. So they made playoffs for both the first 2 years. Last year they were 11-1, made it to the second round. Coach, for a new school, how is it even possible to be this good so fast? And you're just entering year 3 this year.
Man, we definitely have been blessed. The guys have bought in from day one, and that first year it took them a little while, but once we got bought in, these kids believe in what we're doing, and it's just been crazy to watch this journey of how fast things have unraveled. And I guess when kids believe in what you're doing, and the coaching staff's on board, then it's cool to see that great things can happen. So we just been very, very blessed so far.
The 2025 team returned 16 starters from that 11-win team last year. We'll just get right into it. Who are some of these guys on offense that people in the state need to know about?
We got a bunch back. We very excited about this group, especially our linemen. I think everything right now, everybody's doing that pretty boy 7-on-7 stuff, and it really comes down to linemen. And obviously, we need a couple more. I think down the road, and we need some of these younger guys to develop. But for right now, we're looking at Jabril Bird Marshall, who started as a sophomore last year at left tackle. Amari Brown Moore, who's a senior, came in, got hurt a little bit early. He's filling in for Jod Gooseby, who Gooseby was a 2-year starter, but we're going to put him on defense. So we're still kind of, I guess, technically counting Amari and Ja as one. Logan Deals will be a 3-year starter at center for us, and Joel Samari will be a 3-year starter at either guard or tackle for us. So we got 4 out of the 5 linemen back. Very excited about that group. Our big horses, as we call them. Running back, DJ Callis, who had an amazing year and really didn't take it over. Him and Daniel Bunker split time last year, and DJ went over 1,000 yards and I guess as our backup, and came back probably week 8 and took it over, and really had some really big games for, especially in the playoffs, and that when we played Cummins for the conference championship. So he's another one. Quarterback, we lost both of our, I guess, quarterback, the Dotson and Dodson connection. Right now we're looking at Paxton Bacchini, who was our starting JV quarterback, and we got a transfer in. TJ Tyler Jackson came in from Virginia Liberty Christian Academy, I think it was the name of the school. He started there as a freshman, so he'll be a sophomore. Paxton will be a junior, so we got a little quarterback battle going on. But those two have been, very supportive of each other. They're both baseball players, and really just good kids. We're looking forward to see who's going to take it over and whoever's going to get that job done for us. Receivers, we returned Tony Williamson and Logan Longsea and Josh Gant. And, of course, we're looking at Jate McMillan, who was our, dynamic receiver at JV, and he's going to come in and do some big things for us. And then, of course, our big recruits are Drew Easter, our big tight end and defensive end. So we're looking forward to having him back just as a 3-year starter and junior. So that's pretty much our offensive group.
Yeah. This is a very multiple offense. You do a lot of different things. Is there anything you're trying to add this year since you have so much experience back?
We're tinkering with just trying to be even more faster, signaling stuff, being more dynamic with our offense. We feel like we can go. Last year we were able to go big 2 tight end sets with Brian Dotson and Drew. We're trying to develop a second tight end. Right now we're looking at Aiden Pack, who was our H-back, and Zayden Harris to be that second, or Corey Board to be our second tight end, to be able to do that. If not, we can throw Marquise Burnett, who's a 10'6", 100 guy. He was our 3rd string running back last year, but he can run. So him and DJ, we're trying to look at a little 2-back set with those two. And then I guess, again, we'd be able to go empty if we want to, or, we just try and be multiple. And right now we're trying to figure out who can do what. So that's where we're at.
Well, that's certainly hard to prepare for if you don't really know what Southeast is going to do this week offensively. So I like it. How about on defense? So 8 stars back to the side of the ball as well.
Again, most of those guys are back. Where we're hurting, obviously, we're losing 3 defensive linemen, and so we had a lot of linebacker bodies. So we're actually changing our defense, and so we're going to go more of a 3-4 look. So there, Drew was really our only returning defensive end. So we're gonna look for Kennedy Woods, who step in at nose guard, and hopefully Jod Gooseby to take that other defensive tackle spot. And then we'll probably rotate 1 or 2 of them linemen that we got in there as well. In the secondary wise, Josh and Logan Longsea are back at corners. Tony can play some corner. Tony Williamson, and he can probably play some free safety. As of right now, we're looking at, we call them Quickums, Zach Pisani and Jace Evans. Both of those guys are moving up from our JV team, and hopefully one of those can take over a safety spot. The heart of our is going to be our 2 inside linebackers, Aiden Pack and Austin Cook. Both all conference guys. Both of them led, Aiden Pack has led the team in tackles the last 2 years, and he's back. So we feel like our linebacker crew is going to be very, very solid. Backing them up will be Zayden Harris, who was our top returning linebacker from our JV team. And then that other outside, that 3-4 guy, that guy that's going to be that hybrid guy. We're looking at Rodney Pringle, DeMonte Corbett, and then to be that guy. And then Tregan Lucas is our other outside linebacker, who's an all-conference guy returning as well. So I think I gave you the rundown of everybody. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone.
Sounds right. Sounds right to me. What was the main lesson coming out of that Kinston game last year, the game that knocked you out? Because you were 11-0 until that point in the second round. Just what was the main takeaway from that, maybe going back and watching film on that game?
Honestly, you look back and there was a touchdown we missed heading into right at halftime with like 30 seconds to go. I think if we scored that one, went right off the receiver's fingertips. I think we scored that one. We're up 2 touchdowns to start the half. But the main thing was, speed and just up front. I mean, nothing against Kinston. They had athletes everywhere. I think they got 2 D1 receivers. Their quarterback was really, really good. They were a team that was able to get it done on both sides of the ball, and maturity, I think, was big. So I think we had to grow up. Obviously, playing that level of competition was really good for us, and just being able to handle speed, team speed overall. I think they were probably faster than us and more athletic at the time. So,
okay. How's the progress been in the weight room and I guess speed training this offseason?
It's been really good. We've been going at we go at it year round in the weight room. Our kids, majority of them take weightlifting, during the day. So just to see the growth, it's crazy. The growth these guys have made since we first built the school. And, we got several guys throwing a lot of weight up and a lot of records getting broken, even though it's only year 3. But the kids have been working really hard in the weight room. A lot of our guys, we want them to play multiple sports. So a lot of kids tried track and lacrosse, and we got a few that play baseball. So that was really good to see these guys compete and be successful in those sports. And, so far this summer, I think our guys have been, just working and working because they know we're going into a tougher conference. We're going into from 2A to 5A, and they know that we're just going to have to, body-wise, we're just going to have to be bigger and stronger and faster.
Before we get into the new conference, another big area is special teams. So your kicker and punter last year, Cruz Nelms, graduated. What are your answers going to be at all these special team spots? Is it going to be one guy again or multiple guys? And same with long snapper and returner and all that.
Great question. So special teams wise, we lost our long snapper, Ryan Dotson, who was also one of our quarterbacks and athlete guys. Cole Saunders and Aiden Bustos, and right now we're doing that by committee. But Cole's done a really good job he knew that Ryan was leaving, so he started practicing really hard in the spring. So, he's done really well there. And then losing Cruz to Barton is gonna hurt. But first thing I did is we went after soccer players. So we feel really good. We got a kid named Aiden Hayes, who has worked his rear end off. Really good soccer player. He's already right now, of course, putting it in the end zone, which will be a weapon for us. But for him, it's going to be kicking a football on Friday night with a crowd, with pressure, and so right now he'll be our kickoff and extra point guy, and we're hoping he can take over the punting duties. We got DJ Callis and Drew can actually punt, but they haven't had to punt when they're tired. So hopefully Aiden can take on all those roles for us.
Good. And yeah, that's something you never really know until you get into that first Friday night, with that crowd. You don't know how they're going to respond until that. So that'll be interesting to see. You mentioned the conference. So the conference is interesting. The new conference is interesting. So it has like all the Alamance County teams, plus also Person. So it's a combination of the old Central Conference and then the conference you're in, which is the Mid-Carolina. So I'll run through quickly. It's Cummings, Graham, Eastern Alamance, Person, Southeast Alamance, Western Alamance, Southern Alamance, and Williams. First of all, I guess you're used to playing in a big conference. Just what are the kind of pluses and minuses of playing in such a big conference?
The good thing is for us this year will be travel. I think our farthest trip will be heading to Roxborough, which is probably 45, 50 minutes. Everyone else is, right down either the interstate or down 119, and which is be nice for us. So travel will be great. So the advantage of that is, I think our gates will be a whole lot better. We'll be able to make more money than we did last year. And the disadvantage, obviously, you don't get a lot of non-conference games. We decided non-conference to stick with Orange, who's, I guess, kind of a rival right down the road from us. We stuck with Seaforth from our old conference, and who am I missing? Eastern Guilford, former place I was at, and great group over there. And I think that would give us great competition just playing some of them Greensboro schools. So,
yeah, this will be a good conference for Gate for sure. Just Gate and rivalries. It'll be
that's right. That's right. Every week will be a battle. Every week.
Yeah, should be an exciting one. Not quite sure. This is one of the ones I just can't really pick the order of it right now, so it's going to be hard to make.
Because you got 4A, 5A, and 6A, so it's going to be a wide range, and
got some teams.
Williams was the top in the 6A. Southern's going to be really good. And, I'd like to throw us in that mix along with Eastern, even though they were down, they're still going to be Eastern Alamance, Western, who's always good.
Yeah,
Cummins, who dominated the 2A for a long time, and. I think just, Roxborough's got athletes everywhere. I just think every week it's going to be, you just don't never know whoever can stay healthy.
Programs.
That's right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I know you had some changes on the staff this offseason. Kind of go through all your staff, all the guys that are helping me out.
Oh, man, that's the one thing I didn't write down. So Mook Reynolds and Jermaine Key. Mook was our DC, and Key did linebackers. Mook, we're happy for him. He got a head coaching job at High Point Andrews. So, and guys, that's their goal. You wish them luck and you send them on their way. And he took Coach Key, who was our JV defensive coordinator, and our linebacker coach with him. So happy those guys went. So we promoted Kendall Cobb, who's been here from the beginning. He was our linebacker coach, our D-line coach. So now he's kind of moving the linebackers as well. Coach Cobb has done it. He's been a DC at Bartlett, Yancey, and Roxborough. So he's got experience doing it. And so we're excited to what new things he's going to bring to it as well. We hired Ty Parker from Western Alamance. He was the DC over there. Things just worked out. He was able to get a job over here. So now we got another DC with another coach with DC experience. So him and Cobb will kind of be the linebacker guys. Marlon White, who was a head coach at Southwest Guilford, comes over. Again, just another guy who brings experience. He's going to coach our DBs. And then we hired a guy who was at East Chapel Hill last year named Marcus White, no relation. He's going to do our linebackers. We brought over Josh Engelbretson, who was like our assistant O-line coach. He's now going to go to defensive line. So really all of our defensive guys are new or kind of learning that side of the ball together. So it's been great to watch them since the spring hit it hard and meet and work, and the kids have really adjusted to that new change. We brought in Chris Crane, who came from Western Alamance as well. He's going to coach our offensive line. Bryce McCulley, who was our offensive line coach, is now going back to tight ends and H-backs. And Coach Fudel is going to stay at running backs. He's done it since we started. And Coach Talley, who's the legend around here, is going to stick at receivers. And so Brian Driggers, who's also going to be a volunteer assistant with our defensive line coach, he's another big addition for us as well. Reyes Rojas will work with our kickers. Coach Winley will help with O-line. And I believe that's it, unless I forgot somebody.
Well, that's a lot of names, so I think
that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting how, for such a new school, how you have such a big staff, because that's one of the things you wonder about, the school opening up, is like, how do you attract a staff to, because a lot of times these staff guys end up like, as they're like alums and stuff like that, people that have played for the school. Right. So what's been kind of your pitch to these guys to get them all on your staff?
I mean, the pitch is, you look around the school and it's just beautiful. It's nice, and we've had some success, so that does help. The best part is of those names, I can't remember off the top of my head, the majority of them are in the building. So as the school was growing, we were able to offer more jobs. That's how we got Coach Crane, and we were able to get Ty, and we were able to get some of these guys that just needed a job. And so that was a big selling point as well. Our AD, Coach Condren and Mr. Yarborough, as soon as a job comes open, they're the first ones to say, hey, you need any more guys on your staff, we have this job open. And so that's kind of a selling point as well, as, hey, I can get you in the building and kind of go from there. So it's been great. These guys have worked hard. I was always told, hire people that are smarter than you, and I feel like I've done that. So they've done a great job.
Good. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time today. I'm excited to see how this team continues to evolve in year 3. The trajectory has been kind of unheard of so far, so I'm just really fascinated to see how it keeps going. It'll be interesting in 5A this year. You were in 2A before, so that'll be interesting to see. And then the conference is going to be a challenge as well. But just very curious to see how you guys pan out this year. So I appreciate your time for coming on here. Just thanks for telling me about all your players and your staff, and I appreciate it. And best of luck this rest of the offseason.
Hey, thanks for what you guys do. You guys do an amazing job covering not just football, but all sports in our state. And I think you guys, especially you and your whole staff, you guys do a great job of just getting kids' names out and getting all your region teams. I just think that's great. And the way you guys go about it's just class act and top notch. So just continue doing what you're doing, man. And we love it. And we always look forward to the high school OT polls to see where we're at. And our kids really look forward to it. So just thank you for what you guys do.
I appreciate that, Coach. And again, best of luck this season.
Thank you so much.